Hi everyone, welcome to another Saturday write-in that is currently taking place on a Sunday. I want to say sorry that it's not happening at my usual time. I just had a really crazy week because I ended up, it's not really that I had to go, but it's just something that I decided to finally do after putting it off for almost 2 years, which was to go to the chiropractor on Friday. And because of that, I had to work later on, what was it, on Thursday evening. And then I slept less than 6 hours thanks to my demon cat. And then the next day, of course, being the Friday when I came home after the chiropractor, I had. I don't know if you guys have ever gone, but the thing about chiropractic, I believe you call it, is that it gets worse before it feels better. So yeah, I didn't get a lot of sleep on Friday night. So by the time it came to being close to my usual stream time on Saturday, I just realized that I'm going to be about as exciting and as interesting as a limp dish rag. So I decided to give up on the idea of a Saturday sprint and just sprint tonight instead, because I don't want to skip weekends unless I absolutely have to. So I thought this was a happy medium. I'm just hoping that I'm not really crashing in with anyone else's sprints. So if I'm doing that, I apologize to them in advance. It's actually mostly just kind of bad luck on my side. But yeah, hopefully my demon cat behaves tonight so that I can actually get some proper sleep again. That would be nice. So yeah, all right. So just a quick check. Ava is here. She says hey. So hello, Ava. Thanks for joining. And Raf is here. Thanks for joining, Raf. And welcome, guys. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you guys here. Let me know, as per usual, what you guys are going to be doing, and then we can get started. So yeah, let's see. Ava says, "I'm glad you're feeling more yourself." Yeah, that's actually why I'm a little bit late, because I did announce that I'm going to start uh, exactly at 6 p.m., but I started on 6:30 because I actually overslept. Because I ended up sleeping through most of today to just kind of catch up on my lost sleeping hours, which kind of sucks. But on the other hand, that's kind of what a weekend's for. So yeah, I'm just kind of like I'm alive now, and I'm feeling a bit more interesting and capable of maintaining a coherent thought for longer than 3 seconds. So here's hoping, right? On Monday, I have to go back to the chiro because it turns out actually that I have really bad inflammation in my spine, which is not good news, because I actually thought that I'm just going on Friday. The idea was that I'm just going to go for a quick checkup and just get my back in after. Well, I think it's been 2 years since I went the last time because I've been putting it off for so long. And yeah, and then I just decided, because I started doing jiu-jitsu as well, that I probably should just keep my back sorted out and healthy, because jiu-jitsu is quite a high impact sport because it's a lot of grapples and throws and things. So it's a lot of falling. And although you do learn to fall properly so that it doesn't hurt you, I think it's still, if your back isn't in good shape, then you do run a higher risk of getting hurt. So I decided to just go for a checkup, and then the guy's like, "What are you doing? You can't do that." So he was the chiropractor was actually quite upset with me, because my back is actually in really bad shape, and I don't really know why, but I think he says it's because of the amount of sitting I do for my work. So I'm going to definitely have to sort that out, do more exercises. He says, I just kind of have to do this now. He says these muscles here are shortened. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, because but that's basically from sitting so much. So now I have to figure out a way to get to figure out how to make a standing desk, so that I can stand for a while, sit for a while, stand for a while, sit for a while, etc. while I'm working, because he says I'm sitting too much. And in the long run, with the level of with how badly inflamed my spine is at the moment, he says that the bad thing is, in the long term, there's not going to be enough blood going to my to the bones, to my vertebrae. So that's going to be really bad. So I'm glad I went, because now it's something I have to work on, and I know about it, so it's something I can really focus on fixing. So yeah. but now I have to go back on Monday, so hopefully I'm not going to have another bad night's sleep on Monday night, because it was crap, because it really hurt a lot. But it's also a good sign in the sense that now I know how bad it was, because I never really realized. Anyway, so back to the chat, because I see comments coming in. Okay, so Ava says, stream bouncing has never been a problem with overlapping streams. Amber is streaming. I forgot because of the time change myself, but I can support both and get lots done. Oh, I'm now sorry, because I actually didn't realize she was streaming, because she also supports my stream, so I would have liked to support hers. Damn. But just send her my love. And then maybe as I'm streaming, I'll go hop over to hers as well and just say hello. And then I think I'll be able to find it. I'll just have to see. And then Ruff says, I'll continue work on my drawer fodder story. Good, nice. Ava also says, yes, healthy backs are a good thing. Absolutely. And I'm considering adding a standing desk to my office. Yeah, the thing is, I don't really want to buy one yet, so I just have to figure out how to convert something that I already have into a standing kind of desk thing somehow. I'm kind of thinking this thing right behind me, that thing, is actually might just be the right height for me. So I'll have to test it and see. And then Ava says, do you have an IKEA or do they deliver to your area? I think that's where I'm going to check affordable, simple furniture options sometimes. Yeah, it's definitely, unfortunately in my country, it's not really something we have. So I would definitely have to go to a specific kind of, like we have, I'm trying to think what the chain's name is, but anyway, there's like an office furniture chain store, but that just, I don't know. I think if I find it works and I just want something a bit more comfortable, I might go for an actual thing. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of improvise for now. And kitchen counter won't work because there's too much movement through our kitchen, so I get distracted too easily. And then oh yeah, that thing will work. Yep, it's just like an antique chest of drawers, but it's a nice size, I think, for keeping my back straight and stuff. So yeah, all right. So oh gosh, sorry, brain just for a moment went a bit fuzzy there, because I'm trying to think now what I want to be working on, and I'm thinking I will probably just be reading more of The Vanished Knights, but I have a few kind of admin chores and things that I want to do, so yeah, that's probably still a concern as well for me. But in the meantime, I'm going to start setting the timer, and then we can get ready to stream. So sorry, I'm just kind of getting fuzzy here because, of course, I'm pathetic at multitasking, and I forgot to turn on my timer earlier. All right, so I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. As you guys might know, that I start at 5 minutes and work my way up to 25, and then work my way backwards back towards 5. But usually I stop a bit sooner than that because I don't want to go on too long, and especially because I have to drive quite a distance to the Cairo tomorrow. I don't want to go too late tonight. All right. Yeah. So I've set it up for 5 minutes. I'm going to count down, and then I will see you guys at 44 minutes past the hour. So whatever your hour is, just 44 minutes past that. Cool. All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, guys, time's up. Let me know how you're doing. And Michael is here. So, hi, Michael. Welcome back. Thanks for joining. Let me know what you are working on tonight. And then, yeah, we can get going again. It's just all the good news. I want to know what's going on with you guys. So, yeah, I just stopped by with Amber. Well, let me try that again. I stopped by at Amber's stream right now, so I'll just share hers while I'm at it, so that if anyone sees this in the future, they might be able to find her channel as well. Since I was so bad, I was terrible. So that's her link in case someone actually wants to go say hello. Right. Ava says, I got set up and popped into the other stream working on poetry today. Yeah, I also just went to say hello to Amber and then opened up my document. So what I will be doing for now is just reading a bit of the Air's Choice and then seeing how I feel for other stuff if I want to get to that. Otherwise, I'll just go into it in the coming week. And then Ava says you could probably team up with Amber and Jace sometimes if the overlap starts to be a thing. They are pretty welcoming, I think. Yeah, that's not a bad choice or a bad idea to do that. It's actually just I'm trying not to overlap with people too much because I do have a nice like kind of niche on Saturdays. It feels like, but I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was better. It was bad. I should have checked, but yeah, that happens when your brain is a bit fried. Right. And then Ruff says, just started the next chapter, 30 words so far. Nice going. And Elizabeth, Craig, hey! Sorry, I'm really excited. Hi, welcome. I'm so glad you joined. That is so cool. 230 words. Well done. Nicely, nicely done. So, in case anyone's wondering why I'm so excited, is that Elizabeth and I started blogging together, or more or less in the same kind of time frame, back when I was still a new blogger. She was also a new blogger. So we kind of came from the same network. So it's kind of really cool to see her here. So I'm really excited about that. So a special welcome to you, Elizabeth, and thanks so much for joining in. But yeah, all right. So Ava says, "Oh, you made her out so happy." Yeah, it's really cool. It's like meeting an old friend that you've never actually personally met, but you kind of recognize immediately. It's a weird thing. Internet is weird. Anyway, all right. So next up, we're going to go to a 10-minute sprint as we are working our way up, and yeah. But I think I might actually just ping Amber and ask her if I can jump into her into her streams every now and then, because I think it would be cool if we can do like a little bit of collab, since we do visit each other's vlogs on occasion. And yeah, Elizabeth just says, "Hi there, thanks for hosting this, Misha. 2009ish." Yeah, exactly. I think I started a little after you. I think mine was August or something like that in 2010. But yeah, you were definitely among the first blogs I ever followed. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop fangirling now. By the way, also guys, if you haven't checked out her books, please do. She is an awesome writer. I know, because like from the stuff she said about writing, I know she's very, very good at what she does. So if you like mysteries and cozies, she's really good at those. All right, so I'm so pleased to be here. She says, "Yeah, I'm so chuffed to see you." All right, anyway, and then Ava says that would be fun. Yeah, I think doing like a nice collab would be really cool. And Stewie's here. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so glad to see you as well. Let me know what you guys are working on. So Elizabeth, what are you doing? And Stewie, and I don't think I've heard anything back from Michael yet. So if yeah, just let me know what you are writing. Is it a short story? Is it a long story? Whatever. Just is it editing? Is it writing? We don't have rules here, so but it's just always interesting to see what we are working towards. All right, so yeah. Oh, all right. So I'm going to count down again, and then we will see each other at exactly the top of the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, guys, time's up. Let me know how you did. I just started reading again, so I actually forgot to check where I started, so I'm not exactly sure how many pages I'm at, but I'm now at page 88 out of 281 in total. So slow but sure progress. Still looking for all the stuff going on, and I'm making sure that I'm carrying all dangling plot points through to the correct places on book 3. So that's basically what I'm busy with at the moment. Let's see. So DL is not sure if he wants to write or be lazy yet, but we'll see what he decides. And then Sarah's here. Hey Sarah, thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated. Yippee! Always cool to have friends and familiar faces showing up. Love it, love it, love it. And if anyone wants to share excerpts, just let me know. And also, just the drill for those of you who are a bit new to the stream. All you have to do is take a little snippet of what you wrote and copy paste it into chat. Then what I do is I go in and read out loud a little portion. I might read some of my own snippets if you guys want me to, but on the other hand, I am working on book 2, so just keep in mind, might be a little bit spoilery for book 1. So, yeah, so if that's a thing you want, just let me know as well, and we can do that. Otherwise, we just jump into sprints and get as many of them done today as possible. So let's see. All right, I got quite a few comments coming in, so let me just make sure that I don't miss any. Ava says, I got another verse down. Poetry is weird. Yeah, it's lovely though. It's nice to do, especially if you're used to longer form writing and you just need something like a palette cleanser. I like doing it that way. So it's always cool. Raf says he wrote about 120 words. Nicely done. And DL says, I listen to music, laugh out loud. Well, still, music is good. Music could inspire you to write your next big thing. So that's always a worthwhile thing to spend time on, I think. Sarah says, I have to pick someone up and bring them to my house in a short while. I don't want to, but I will. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's always, if you have to go out when you don't feel like going out, that's always sucks. I hate leaving my house. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Elizabeth says, I managed 436 words on a new cozy. Think I'll edit a different book next sprint. I also need to update a box set. Nice, 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 nice. Lots of busy things you need to do today. But that sounds really cool. And then Ava says, how much is an Uber? Do you want me to secret Easter bunny it? Laugh out loud. That's not cool. Okay. So if you guys heard like the really weird noise in the background, I made, taking your advice last week, I took a box and I leveled it up a little bit by taking strings, making holes in the box and tying the strings and putting beads and stuff at the end in the hopes that the cat would play with it. She hasn't yet, but now suddenly I just heard this crash and I'm assuming that's the cat experimenting with the box and the toys inside. So that's a good sign because I'm really hoping, because she's been keeping me up for days and days now. So hopefully now we will be at peace and we can stop worrying about the teapot. So yeah, that would also be good because my cat, in case you guys missed it last week, my cat has been trying to throw an antique an antique teapot off of a table repeatedly, because the more, of course, that I say no, she cannot play with it, the more she wants to play with it. So yeah, it's a thing. And then Ava just says, ha, during a stream, of course she's playing with the toys now, laugh out loud. Yeah, of course. But it's not Thunder or anything, it's just my cat. But I'm just glad to hear she's actually now. Oh, she's doing it wrong, but it's actually cute. Let's see if we can. There she is with the box. The toys are actually inside the box, but now she found the anchors, so now she's playing with the anchor points instead of actually playing with the beads inside. Which is, of course, being demon cat, that is, of course, the thing that she's doing. Oh my word. I think she succeeded. Ah! Okay, Anyway, so I'll just leave her to that. I swear she just broke it. Anyway, all right, next thing. So Stephanie's here. Hey, welcome. Thanks for letting me, or thanks for joining this video. Let me put it that way. And Stephanie says, shifted 3 chapters around in a non-fiction piece. It now makes sense. Perhaps I can move on now and finish the last 2,000 words. 6 months of dragging my tail on this one. Nice. Well done. If you're making progress, that's always a good thing. So hopefully you can get a lot of work done with today's sprints. That would be very awesome. And then Elizabeth just said, so cute. Yeah, she's very cute. But it's also a good thing because she's so naughty. She's literally, if I'm just getting to the point where my blood starts boiling because she's doing something, then she just looks at me with these big blue eyes and she's like, I didn't do anything. I'm an innocent kitty. Look at these eyes. So that's definitely a big thing. And then Ava said she beat the game, she didn't break it. Laugh out loud. Yeah, maybe you're right. But I'm just hoping. Yeah, she carried the anchor off and she's playing with that now instead of actually with the beads and stuff that it was tied to. Anyway, I'll go fix it later. And then Stephanie said, no need to buy cat toys if you have boxes or a broken chain around. Mine is in my lap right now battling the laptop. 18-pound kitty is kind of winning. Yeah, luckily my cat still hasn't discovered the whole, oh, let me be inconvenient to my person by sitting on her hands as she's typing stage yet. So that is yeah, I know the feeling. I have a cat that does that, but this one is still young, so she's still just like very busy, but not quite like on the let's be inconvenient kind of stage yet. And then Sarah says, I have one that's terribly naughty too. Yeah, so yeah, she's carrying around one of the anchors. So anyway, if it makes her happy, that's fine. As long as she stays away from the teapot, that's exactly what I want. All right, guys. So I'm going to set up the timer for the next sprint, which will be 15 minutes, and I think I'm going to disappear for a short few minutes before we start because I just want to get something to drink. But yeah, so if my camera just goes black, just know that's why. All right, so I'm going to count down and then I will see you guys in 15 minutes. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, guys, time's up. Let me know how you're doing. Ava just left a message saying I'm a grab a drink and walk the dog. Be back in a few. Cool. And I hope you have fun with the dog. And we'll see you when you come back. And yeah, so just waiting to hear from you guys. On my side, I think I read about 6 pages. Got a little bit distracted, but that's okay. Also, there's a song playing right now that's in my library, but that just really fits another story that is kind of in progress, but that I haven't worked on in like 2 or 3 years because of the fact that book 3 in The War of Six Crowns is my priority. So I want to finish that first, but now I remember all those. It just gave me so many feels just now. So I'm really hoping to get back to that story in the very near future because I love that story. So I don't know. It's like having to choose between your 2 children or multiple children because I have multiple works in progress that are in various stages of completion that I haven't been able to get to publishing stage yet. But I just feel like, given the fact that I already have the first 2 books in The War of Six Crowns out, it just feels like I have to get the next one out because everyone else is kind of just not everyone, but I mean everyone who's been reading the books and who sent me feedback is like, "Ooh, I love it. When's the next one?" So I really feel really bad because of the fact that it's taken me so long to get this far. So hopefully I can actually get this done by this year. But we'll see because it is definitely the biggest project I've ever had to work on at, I want to say, close to 300,000 words. So yeah, I never make it easy for myself. Let's see. And then Ava just mentioned that she got a good verse in. That's very good for her sprint. Michael said edited 480 words in Pro Writing 8. Nice. Ralph did 220-ish words. Cool. And Elizabeth edited 1 chapter and looked for a title page template for the box set. Nice. Well done. Guys, you guys are really doing so well today. All right, so let's see if anyone else leaves a response, but in the meantime, I'm going to start ramping up the time to 20 minutes, and then we can get going again. It's looking a bit quiet, so I'm just going to assume that there aren't more people who did sprints. So I'm just going to, but if anyone leaves me messages, I just keep going in these sprints and just in general talking and stuff because I don't like dead air. So even if you do mention something that goes back, I do try to keep track of what the comment would be about. So I do go back to stuff when I read a comment relevant to something. All right. With that in mind, I think I'm going to start the next sprint. So I will see you guys at 46 minutes past the hour. So counting down from 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Time's up, everyone. Let me know how you did. Just hello to Dana. Thank you for joining us, and let me know what you're working on and all those fun things. And yeah, how did you do with the sprint? Stephanie just let me know that she's going to run a quick errand, so she won't. I don't think she'll be back before the end of the sprint. Yeah, so that's basically what brings us up to date right now. So now I'm just waiting for you guys to let me know how you did. I think I read, yeah, I actually did quite well. I did like 16 pages for today, which is, or not for today, for the past sprint, but yeah, I'm getting to an interesting part of the book now because it's basically where I almost want to say it's the inciting incident for the book. It's not quite, because I kind of had like a smaller one that kind of got to the point where this thing is happening, but it's basically the call to action. So where my main character Kaladin has to set a goal that carries the rest of the book. So it's kind of a nice moment, and it's always so strange to read something that I wrote myself, but that I wrote such a long time ago, because on the one hand it doesn't feel like I wrote it myself. So I'm kind of like, yeah, but at the same time, even as I'm reading, I can actually see all the gears that's running in the background that the main character does not see. So the interesting thing is that something's going on that neither she nor most of the other readers of this book would actually be able to pick up on. And there's a lot of stuff going on. So it's kind of nice and fun to actually read it this way, because then I can actually kind of relive the whole process again. But it's also a strange feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess you guys know if you've ever taken a break from something you've written and then you reread it again after a while. Elizabeth says, you made great progress. I just set up the box set Word file and we'll run it through Draft2Digital on the next sprint and see if it formats correctly. Fingers crossed. Yes, definitely. Fingers crossed. And I hope it goes well, because then it's much better. And Ralph says 300-ish words. Nicely done. Ava's back. I wrote more poetry. I think I'm going to wrap it up though and head outside for a bit of nature time while it's nice out. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining, Ava. I really appreciate it. Always, always. Yeah, so I think let's do the next. I'm going to start setting up the next sprint, see if anyone else sends in any more comments. I see a comment just came in, so let's see. So Ava needs to cheer herself up because it's sad poetry. Oh, yeah, no, then definitely go get that that breath of fresh air. You need it. So, and you deserve it. You did good work. All right, so okay, next sprint, because I'm too tempted to do it now because it's exactly like 15 minutes past. So nice and round numbers. I like those. So let's count down from 5, and then I'll see you guys in 25 minutes. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up, guys. Let me know how you did. I think on my side, I did about another, I think, 18 pages, more or less. So making steady progress reading through my book. I'm now just under halfway through the book. So I'm making nice progress. Just want to say hello to Devin. Thanks for joining. And yeah, let me know what you'll be working on. I think we still have a few sprints left before I'm going to turn in for the day. But yeah, we reached 25 minutes just now, so I'm going to start working my way back. So the next sprint, I think, will be 20 minutes. So I'm setting that up for now, but I'm just going to wait to hear back from you guys first. And then we can just do a bit of a chat before we start the next sprint. Of course, right now there's going to be a slight delay with the chats coming in, I think. So that always happens towards the end of my sprint. I don't really know why, but maybe it's because it's been going on for almost 2 hours or something. Who knows? I'm not going to try to pretend I know what's going on with the chat. Yeah, so on my side, just to talk about something so that it's not completely quiet while waiting to hear back from you guys. Yeah, I've been reading over some of my most favorite parts of this book, so it's actually really fun to read this again. But unfortunately, those parts also were very, very spoilery, so I won't be reading excerpts because that's just going to suck for anyone in case someone actually wants to read the book again in the near future. But yeah, so I'm actually enjoying it a lot to read the story again, and it's actually making me really excited to work on the third book once more, which is good because there's still a lot of it left, a lot of work, but we'll see. Elizabeth says, great job with the 18 pages. Didn't get quite as far as I wanted. Loading the metadata into the Draft to Digital and took a bit longer than I thought. Also had to assign an ISBN from Bowker's site. Yeah, it's quite a bit of work to do some self-publishing stuff. Even if you've done it many times, there's so many finicky little bits and pieces that you have to do before the actual publishing happens. So I know, but it's so if you got all that done, that's still a good amount of work that you did. Raf did another 200 to 220 words, counting manually. The numbers are a bit iffy. Yeah, I know. I used to count them, but it takes me so long to actually count words by hand that I usually count like the first few pages and kind of take an average of how many words fit onto a page and just work with that because otherwise it takes way too long. Elizabeth says, sadly, the formatting was a mess when I downloaded the set. We'll try to fix it the next sprint. Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth. That's too bad. That's actually, I have to say, from my point of view, when I started self-publishing, I did the different route of actually learning how to use publishing software so that I can actually just format into an EPUB from the beginning so that the formatting doesn't stuff up because there's just too much stuff with Word that goes wrong when you try to upload. I've done it, but I'm just never happy. Even now, I'm actually looking at the paperback version of a book that I did publish using a Word document. And I'm actually not happy with it at all because it just completely stuffed up the way that, like the leading, so that the long letters are actually now kind of interrupted and crossed out at the bottom. Just because it's just kind of, I don't know, somewhere between me publishing it and now it just kind of got screwed up in some way. So eventually I am going to republish these in terms of just, new back matter, front matter, new cover, etc. And when I do that, I will actually be using InDesign to actually just straight up create the stuff the way that it's supposed to be. And that way I know that it looks the way I want it to, because Word just really makes me angry. I hate Word. It sucks. Still, I still use it though for editing stuff, but I'm never happy doing it, especially with the new book in book 3 being so long that every time I open it for some reason it screws up the formatting completely, like changing the font for no reason, changing the font size, changing who knows what else. So it's really a mess, and I just, yeah, doesn't work for me. Devin asks, did the teapot survive the week? It did. I actually did end up making like a toy for her using a box and then string and beads, but earlier you actually missed it. But earlier, she kind of tried to take the anchors that I used to keep the beads stuck to the box. She started stealing the anchors instead of playing with the beads. So, and now she's sleeping, which is problematic because she's probably going to wake me up in the middle of the night again. So, yay! Not. But yeah, so as long as she's sleeping, I'm assuming that the teapot will make it. Raf says, nice reading run. On the other hand, the book is a fast read. Yeah, it is. Especially this one, and especially because it is my own book, I kind of just like run through it. So yeah, so Elizabeth just said that InDesign is much better. Yes, Word is making me angry too. Yeah, I don't know. You could do everything perfectly. I don't know. You could literally download a template and you can write in that template and you can try uploading it again as an EPUB and it will not work. So I just the frustration levels of that actually makes me a bit upset. But just thinking about it, but with in comparison, InDesign is just awesome for that. But the thing about InDesign is you can't really use it as a word processor. I think there is actually a thing that Adobe also does. I think it's called InCopy, that one day I will try using for edits. But the thing is, I think it's not really friendly for like structural edits, and it's also a bit sucky in terms of the fact that your almost no one else uses it that I know. So if I wanted to send it out to people to read, it's probably going to be a pain in their neck to actually edit in it. So I haven't quite decided if I want to do it, but I am seriously considering it for book 3 because of the amount of like, it takes me forever to open the document. And then not only that, once it's open, it's screwed up. So it takes me forever to fix the formatting so that I can find where I was before, so that I can edit again. So it wastes so much of my time that it's actually really frustrating and irritating to me. So I am seriously thinking about finding a new software for my edits because I just like I can't take it anymore. It's really, really irritating. It's part of the reason why I lost momentum on the edits for book 3 because it's just it's every time it takes me close to every time. If I have like an hour a day in which to edit, it takes me like 45 minutes to open all the documents that I need to do, fix the formatting, and find where I was, because for some reason the stuff just isn't. If I have like a bookmark there or anything like that, it just never opens where it's supposed to. So it's just like, yeah, really, really upsetting. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining about that now. But yeah, so my cat is asleep, the teapot is safe, and I'm ready for another sprint. I hope you guys are as well. So I'm going to count down from 5, and then I'll see you guys again in 20 minutes. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up, guys. Let me know how you did. I think I did a bit less because I got a little distracted and also read some passages I really enjoyed writing, so I just kind of reread them a few times. But yeah. Elizabeth says, ugh, keeps wanting to make my copyright notice my title page. Going to have to bring in draft digital support, but they'll be able to fix this sort of thing a lot faster than I can. Yeah, that is a bit annoying, but it's also part of the thing about doing a lot of the copyright stuff automated. And let's try that again. Trying to automate all that kind of front matter stuff that they do. They kind of read it wrong, I think, sometimes. But hopefully you don't have too much trouble with getting it fixed, because yeah, when you get done. Otherwise, it's going to take a while. Yeah. Now waiting to hear from everyone else. Not really seeing anything from anyone yet, but that's probably the delay in the chat again. I see the kitty woke up because she's no longer there. Now I'm frantically and slightly paranoidly looking around trying to find where she went. Because, yeah, that's kind of what I have to do, because wherever she is, trouble might follow. Right, so I think while I'm waiting for the next one, I'm going to start prepping the next sprint, which is going to be 15 minutes. And yeah. Okay, I don't know what happened to everybody, so I'm hoping that you guys are all still connected, because it's really oddly quiet, but I'm not really seeing anything happening at the moment from the chat side, so I'm thinking it might actually be a delay. But now I'm not really sure, because it could also be that most of you guys are lurking, so maybe you haven't been writing or anything like that. But then I'm just going to get into the next sprint, which is going to be 45 minutes, and then see how that goes. Okay, so Raf just let me know he wrote 180 something words. Nicely done. And yeah. All right, so I'm going to count down from 5, and then I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, everyone, time's up. Let me know how you did. I did, I think, I want to say about 8 pages more. So now I really am halfway through the entire book. So slow but sure, I'm getting there, making my way through. I'm enjoying it. I love also, especially the way my characters bounce off each other. It's really fun to see that again because now with some distance, it doesn't feel so much like I wrote it, so it's not as predictable anymore. But it's so it's fun. It's really fun to see like how each person has their own little thing that they want or need, or their own little motivations and stuff like that, and then all that stuff just bounces, all that they yeah, everything just kind of pings into each other, and yeah, it makes a very cool end result. I feel like for me anyway. Maybe other people might not appreciate it so much, but I love watching characters kind of, I want to say, brush up against each other, like just like emotionally speaking, just have some level of friction, not necessarily fighting wise, but just from being different people and from being different personalities, and then being thrown into this very, I almost want to say, cramped space. It's not really cramped, but it's just like in terms of um, they need to do something, so they have to work together, whether they like it or not. So I like stuff like that, but it's not really bickering even, because I hate pointless bickering. But if there is bickering going on, there's usually a point to it, which is also good. So yeah. Anyway, I'll stop fangirling now. Ralph says he wrote 180 to 200 words. Nicely done. And yeah, let's see if anyone else did anything. Elizabeth says that's the best when the characters write themselves like that. I scheduled social media posts. Nicely done. Yeah, it's definitely very nice. I love that point if I'm writing, that moment where I notice that the characters are actually coming alive and doing their own thing and just like acting for themselves instead of it feeling like I'm actually trying to steer them. So that's one of my most favorite experiences that I really love about writing. So yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. All right, so I think the three of us, might actually be the only three active people here at the moment, because I haven't seen anyone else really responding for a while now. So I'm going to just jump into the next sprint. It's going to be 10 minutes. We're almost done. So after the sprint, we will have reached 5 minutes again. So yeah, we've gone through quite a lot today, I think, and we got a lot done, it feels like. So yeah. All right, so I'm going to count down, and then I will see you guys at 17 minutes past the hour. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Time's up, guys. Let me know how you did. On my side, just think close to 4 pages this time. We're definitely winding down for the night. I'm almost at my bedtime anyway, so I'm probably going to go straight to bed after this. But yeah, so see how that goes. Yeah, but I've reached 150 pages, so I'm definitely making my way through and seeing a lot of stuff. And so far, so good. I think I've managed to pull all the strings for the first two books up to this stage, at least. I have actually managed to pull it through into book 3, so that's cool. Yay! We'll see how that goes. Still a lot of reading to do before I can be sure. Elizabeth says, I'm taking 2 different Facebook ads courses online. Spent this time reading Readsy's free lesson for today and finding my old login for Mark Dawson's coach. Congrats on your progress. Cool. Sounds interesting. I also want to kind of get into, or just look into the ads thing for later for when I'm launching my next book, but I haven't really looked at it yet. Because it's actually also not really a point to doing it too long ahead of time because all this stuff changes so fast. I know because my kind of day job stuff is doing freelance communications things, and oh my word, it's so just from where the previous person who worked on this before me created a communications implementation plan to where I came in like 18 months later, there were so many differences between what's good practice now and what actually was planned for that I just needed to redo the implementation plan all over again because I just realized how much things have changed now. And yeah, it's strange actually to see. And Drop says 150 words explaining the world to my main character. Cool. Very good. Very good. All right, guys. So we are at the top. We're at 20 minutes past. So it's an ideal time to start the final sprint for the night, which will be 5 minutes. So I'm going to count on from 5 seconds and then I'll see you guys at 25 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And just like that, time's up, guys. So I got as far as page 153 today. So I think I did quite well. And I know you guys also did a lot of good work today, but I'm looking forward to finding out what you did for the sprint. I think mine was just like 2 pages or something. But also, again, I kind of, yeah, I have a few, like, I want to say pet moments in these few pages right now. So I'm kind of rereading them over again because I'm just like savoring like the moment that I created, and then just understanding what's actually going on from all sides. Because it's also part of what I'm doing now is that in the first 2 books, just in case you guys didn't read the first 2 books in the series, which is possible because not too many people have yet, but the books aren't like standalone books completely. It's almost like the War of Six Crowns is a very long form story, which is pretty much continuous. So within that story, then there are books that are their own thing, but they are actually still directly following on each other, almost like chapters would. So for me, I want to so I'm busy with the third book, but that means there's stuff in the first 2 books that I need to make sure gets pulled through. But all that stuff is not necessarily visible if I were to just look at the synopsis, for example, because a lot of it is actually not really hidden, but it's kind of hidden in plain sight in the subtext of what's actually happening. So in the way people say things and why they are saying things. So I need to reread the entire thing in order to find that subtext again so that I can pull that through into the next books. And that's kind of what I'm doing now, because there's a lot of stuff going on that I'm that's starting to get to some of the things that I did address in the third book in the series. So I need to make sure that the continuity is correct and that I've got the same kind of lore and world building pulled through. Because again, it's not a lot of people say, oh yeah, just have a Bible for it, but it's not really, it's not, I don't know how to say it, but like the continuity I'm worried about is not really in the actual facts, if I can put it that way. It's in the way, it's more in the way that each character individually sees the world that they are living in and interacting with, and what they believe about things that are going on and how they react based on that knowledge. And that's a bit like really pain in the backside sometimes, because that makes it really difficult for me to sum up in terms of actually just doing a Bible, because what people believe and what they decide and how they act and how they react, that has a massive impact on everything. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. I like writing stories in this way because I feel it's kind of closer to the real world in that we're all kind of formed by our own opinions and our own thoughts and beliefs, and it does impact the way we act, and because of that, it impacts the people around us, etc., etc., etc. So I find it a bit closer to reality, which is funny that I would focus on that, given that I'm writing fantasy. But hey, it works for me. I enjoy it, so always good, right? Elizabeth says, I made an Instagram post on Canva and scheduled it for tomorrow. Nice! You are getting through so much today. And Ralph says 50 to 60 words, and my characters are screaming at each other right now. Nice. As long as there's a good reason for it. No gratuitous screaming happening. Right. And then Elizabeth just said, smart to reread the first 2 books. Yeah, it's kind of like a survival thing, honestly, because I think it would break my heart if I finished revisions, which is now the stage I'm at for book 3, and then came to the end and realized that I kind of screwed something up from the first 2 books and didn't realize it. So yeah, probably better to do it now. But yeah. All right, so guys, I think now is the end of the live stream. So I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. If you haven't yet, please do hit like, because I need to please the algorithm God so that they keep suggesting my videos to more people. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and remember to hit the notification button so that when I schedule a post or live stream that you guys will be notified. And also just make sure that it is the correct settings so that it doesn't actually forget to let you know if my post is about to go live. So yeah, all right, but that's basically it for me. I hope you guys have an awesome week and may it be very productive. And then I will be back next Saturday. I think I will probably keep it to around this time because it used to be 5 p.m., but I think an hour or an hour and a half later is a bit better for me in terms of my schedule and kind of finding the sweet spot between people still needing to wake up and being awake and all that stuff. So I think I'm probably going to stick to about the time that I did today, but on a Saturday, not a Sunday, because Saturdays are my usual writing stream times, and I try to stay more or less on my own schedule so that I don't clash with other people like I did today inadvertently. So that's basically the plan, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted if anything changes. But that's basically it from me, and yeah, have a great week and love you all. And thank you again for all your continued support. Always a massive, massive pleasure to be writing with you guys. And it was very cool. Just final messages. Elizabeth says, thanks for the writing. Got lots done. I'm so glad. And I really hope you managed to make it back to future sprints because it's always fun to write together. And Raf says, goodbye, everybody. Have a good day or night. Thanks for hosting me, Shine. Thanks for coming by as well, Raf. All right. Bye, guys.